Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Godandaraman. In this section, we are going to discuss with partial derivative problem. Look at this problem. If z equal to x power 4 plus y power 4 minus 4a square x square y square. Find dou z by dou x, dou z by dou y, dou square z by dou x square, dou square z by dou y square, dou square z by dou x dou y, and dou square z by dou y dou x. First, the given problem here, z is the function depending on two variable x and y. Other values are constant. Now first question, dou z by dou x. Here when we consider z function of x comma y, xy is the variable. But when we are partial derivative in the function z with respect to x, here x is only variable we are going to consider. Other values are constant. So here y constant, then other numbers also we consider constant. Therefore, in this point, which point? Y and then 4a square, y square, all the values are constant, x only the variable. Therefore, dou z by dou x is nothing but x power 4. X power 4 is nothing but d by dx of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. This formula to apply, then x power 4 differentiate partially with respect to x, 4x cube. Then the y constant, when the constant addition or subtraction, the value 0 plus 0. When the constant with the product or division, as usual you write the constant, no changes. Therefore here the constant 4a square y square constant. Now the derivative partial with respect to x square differentiation 2x. Therefore what is the value of this? 4x cube minus 8a square x y square. So this is a value of dou z by dou x, and then dou z by dou y to calculate. Here y is the variable, x constant, other values, the numbers are constant. Therefore now just consider what is the value? Y only the variable, x constant, this 4a square x square constant. Therefore here the x power 4 is that with respect to y, and then x other number constant. Therefore the x power 4 constant, when partial derivative with respect to y, the value 0, plus y power 4 differentiate 4y power 3 minus 4a square constant, x square also consider constant because of y only the variable. Then the y square differentiation partially with respect to y, 2y. Now what is the value? 4y cube minus 8a square x square y. So this is the value. And then next one, the first two completed. Now what is the next one? Dou square z by dou x square. This is a second order. So what is the meaning this? Dou z by dou x we consider function. This function partial derivative with respect to x. So therefore now substitute dou z by dou x value. So dou z by dou x is nothing but 4x cube minus 8a square x y square. Just substitute dou z by dou x value. So where is dou z by dou x? So this is a value. So when I substituted dou z by dou x, now this whole equation differentiate partially with respect to x. When I'm differentiating partially with respect to x, other than x values are constant. Here 4 constant, the minus 8a square constant, y square constant. So only x is the variable. Therefore this term is nothing but 4x cube. So 4 into x cube is derivative 3x square minus 8a square constant, and then x is a variable, y square constant, so y square no change, x differentiate partially with respect to x 1. Therefore this term is nothing but 12x square minus 8a square y. So this is our values of dou square z by dou x square. And then next to calculate dou square z by dou y square. Here dou z by dou y is a function partially with respect to y. So dou by dou y. Now substitute, the value is nothing but dou by dou y of dou z by dou y. So now substitute dou z by dou y value. So what is the dou z by dou y value? Here 4y cube minus 8a square x square y. So this is the value for dou z by dou y. Now differentiate partially with respect to y. When I differentiate partially with respect to y, other values are constant. So now here 8a square x square constant, this 4 constant. I mentioned already, when the product constant, no changes, as usual constant. When addition, subtraction, only the constant will 0. Therefore, this differentiation for y cube differentiation is y 3a square minus 8a square x square constant, y partial derivative with respect to y 1. Therefore, 12y square minus 8a square x square. So this is the values for dou square z by dou y square. And then next to find dou square z by dou x dou y. So now how to derivative here? This for second one is a function, first one is a derivative. Just keep in your mind, second is derivative, first is the derivative, second is the function. Therefore, dou z by dou y partial differentiation with respect to x. Therefore, this term dou z by dou x value to substitute. Dou z by dou x is nothing but 4y cube 8a square x square y. Therefore, what is the value of this? Dou by dou x. So x is a variable, other values are constant. Now here 4y cube constant, 8a square constant, y constant. When partial derivative with respect to x, now 4 constant, y cube constant. So all the values are constant. When differentiate with respect to x, some constant c considered constant, the value 0. Therefore, the whole term derivative with respect to x 0, because all the values are constant, minus when the constant product no changes, keep with the value constant. Now 8a square y constant, x square differentiation is 2x. Therefore, minus 16a square x into y. So this is a value for dou square z by dou x dou y. And then dou square z by dou y dou x. I mentioned earlier, second is a function, first one is the derivative. Therefore, dou by dou y of dou z by dou x. Now you substitute dou z by dou x value. So what is the dou z by dou x value? So first value, dou z by dou x is nothing but 4x cube minus 8x square. So 4x cube minus 8x square, correct? Minus 8a square x y square. A square x y square. This is a value dou z by dou x. Now this equation differentiate partially with respect to y. Here y only the variable, other values are constant. This term constant, this term constant, this term constant. Therefore, when I differentiate partially with respect to y, first term 0, then minus 8a square x constant. Now y square differentiation is 2y. Therefore, minus 16a square x y. So this is a value for dou square z by dou y dou x. So this is a partial derivative problems. Now we have completed dou z by dou x, dou z by dou y, dou square z by dou x square, dou square z by dou y square, dou square z by dou x dou y, and then dou square z by dou y dou x. So this is our final answer. Thank you.